Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to Q&A class. My name is Dr. Meghna Garg and I'm biology faculty at Q&A. Students, before beginning the class, please confirm whether am I audible or not. Am I audible everyone? Can you hear my voice? Okay, Kevin, thank you for responding. Thank you, Samagna. Thank you, Hannah. So in previous class, let me begin with this now. In previous class, what had we discussed? So the chapter which we are continuing is the fundamental unit of life. But what had we discussed exactly? Let's see whether
Cell
you...
walls, functions of cell walls, cytoplasm,
Very good.
nucleus, and cell organelles.
Very good, Hannah. So yes, we studied about cell wall, cytoplasm, and also we had discussed about nucleus. So now let me begin the class by asking that the functional segments of DNA, what are they called as? Everybody write your answers in the chat box. The functional segments of DNA, what are they called as? Which pass on the heredity information, or which pass on the information from one generation to another. The functional segments of DNA. Yes, Samagna, Kevin. Very good. Genes, yes. So the functional segments of DNA, they are called as genes. And basically it is these genes which are controlling different characters in an organism. For example, what would be my hair color? Whether my hair color would be black, whether my hair color would be brown, what would be my eye color? Whether my eye color would be blue, it would be different shades of brown or different shades of black. So all this information, like how many fingers will I have? Okay, what would be my skin color? All these informations, they are being controlled by those functional segments of DNA, which are called as genes. Okay, now these genes are located where? These genes are basically a part of DNA. They are located on DNA, and DNA is present where? DNA is present inside the nucleus. Now in today's class, what all are we going to read? In today's class, we are going to talk about two major structures, which is uh, endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus. So before beginning with it, let's see the prerequisites. What all knowledge do you need to have of prior class before beginning this class? So you need to have an idea. Now, I'll not say idea. You need to remember the structure of plasma membrane, then what is osmosis and nuclear structure and function. Now, let's see the particular what all are we going to cover in today's class. So we are going to talk about endoplasmic reticulum. Then we are going to talk about Golgi apparatus. Okay. And this is the chapter which we are going to begin. Now let's see the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. First of all, let's begin with that. Now, let me ask you this. Do you people now understand the two types of cells which are present? Do you people now understand the two types of cells which are present? Yes. The two types of cells which are present, prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Are you people thorough with these two type of cells? If you people don't remember, then let me just make you remember this. Okay. There are two types of cells. One are prokaryotic cells and the other one are eukaryotic cells. So prokaryotic cells, they are represented by, for example, bacteria. If you see a bacterial cell, for example, let's say this is a prokaryotic cell. Inside the prokaryotic cell, you will only see cytoplasm present. There are no other cell organelles present. However, this cell would also be controlled by DNA. That means genetic material would have to be present inside this cell. Now the DNA is present in the specialized space of this cytoplasm. So the cytoplasm, it has become specialized in one area, and this portion of the cytoplasm where your genetic material is lying, that is called as nucleoid. Okay. Now here cell organelles are absent, but there are only one type of cell organelles which are found, and those are called as your ribosomes. Okay, so in prokaryotes, only ribosomes are found in the name of cell organelles. Whereas if we talk of a eukaryotic cell, okay, if we talk of a eukaryotic cell, then in eukaryotic cell, you have this cytoplasm present. Okay, and now this cytoplasm will be having a specialized structure which is called as nucleus. Inside this nucleus, your DNA genetic material would be present. Apart from that, you have several other cell organelles present in it. And one such cell organelle which is present in a eukaryotic cell is this, which is called as endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, now one of you had asked me about the structure of a cell, that ma'am, please tell me the outline, that how do we draw the structure of a prokaryotic cell. Anyone from this class had asked me this or no? Yes or no? Anyone from this class had asked me this question during the previous class, that ma'am, we want to know the structure, how do we draw the cell structure? Yes? Anyone who had asked me this? Yes, who had asked me this? Samagna, you had asked me this? Are answer it. Then who had asked me this in this class? Okay, even if you people hadn't asked this question. So see, now let's recall the, now let's look at the structure of endoplasmic reticulum. The first thing which you people should notice from this endoplasmic reticulum is that this endoplasmic reticulum is lying continuous with the outer nuclear membrane. That means this endoplasmic reticulum is always present in the vicinity, or you can say attached to the outer nuclear membrane. Okay, so that's one very, very important feature of endoplasmic reticulum. Now, so endoplasmic reticulum is what? It is a large network of membrane bound tubes and sheets. Okay, that means this endoplasmic reticulum, it contains a large number of tubes and sheets. Now let's see from here. See, one second. Yes. So membrane bound, that means this endoplasmic reticulum has its own membrane. So you can see this is the nucleus, and in the immediate vicinity of the nucleus, you have endoplasmic reticulum. Now, these are the sheets. So the structures which are represented like this, which are drawn like this, okay, these are sheets. Whereas structures which are present in the form of tubes like this, these are your tubes. Okay, so endoplasmic reticulum can be present in a complex form of tubes and sheets. Tubes, they are sheets, they are more sort of flattened structures, whereas tubes, they are elongated tube like structures. Okay, both are endoplasmic reticulum. Now you can see from here that on endoplasmic reticulum, you have one cell organelle present, which is called as ribosomes. Okay, so now let's move ahead. The endoplasmic reticulum can be divided into two types: rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, why are we calling it as rough? See, whenever you have dots present on the surface of any structure, so these ribosomes, they are present on the surface of endoplasmic reticulum and they are giving it a rough appearance. Okay, so you can see from here, this is the endoplasmic reticulum, and on the surface of it, see these black dots. These are structures which are called as ribosomes. Okay, now ribosomes are the site for protein synthesis. So if we talk about the function of rough endoplasmic reticulum, so it would be more or less related with proteins. Why? Because it is having proteins on, it is having ribosomes on its surface. And we know that ribosomes, they are the site for manufacturing of proteins. Okay, so see, now if I tell you people this, that there are several biomolecules present in a cell. Okay, I had also told you this while I was discussing the structure of cell membrane. There are several molecules important molecules which are present in a cell: proteins, lipids, carbohydrates. Okay. Out of this proteins, they are being synthesized by the ribosomes, and these ribosomes are present on the surface of endoplasmic reticulum. So the portion of the endoplasmic reticulum on which those ribosomes are present, that is called as rough. Why? Because the ribosomes are giving it as a rough appearance. Next, coming to smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So now the portion of the endoplasmic reticulum. So now let me draw the structure from here. Now see this. Suppose this is the nucleus. Okay. And endoplasmic reticulum is present like this. So the portion of the endoplasmic reticulum on which ribosomes are present. Okay, so ribosomes might like be present here. These are called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. Whereas the portion of the endoplasmic reticulum on which ribosomes are absent, these are called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Clarity here? Everyone, have you understood this? What is rough endoplasmic reticulum and what is smooth endoplasmic reticulum? Students, is it clear? Everyone? Okay, Hannah and Kevin. Okay, Samagna, Kamalan, thank you. So, Hannah and Kevin, have you understood? Okay, Aditi. Okay, Kevin and Hannah, respond. Okay. Now, so see from here that smooth endoplasmic reticulum is without ribosomes. Okay, so that's why it is appearing smooth to you. Now, the function of smooth endoplasmic reticulum is to manufacture fat molecules or lipids. Now, rough endoplasmic reticulum is involved in the protein, in some functions related to the protein. Why am I saying this in some functions related to the protein? Because we are going to cover that in next slide. But for smooth endoplasmic reticulum, you can say that they manufacture fat molecules or lipids. Very, very important that the lipids are being synthesized by which cell organelles? So they are synthesized by the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now moving ahead to the functions of the endoplasmic reticulum, that what does endoplasmic reticulum do in a cell? So it helps in the intracellular transport. So what do we mean by that? Suppose this is the cell. Okay, now this is again your nucleus and this is your endoplasmic reticulum. So once molecules are being manufactured or they are being modified into this endoplasmic reticulum, suppose they need to be transported to mitochondria. Okay, or suppose they need to be transferred to Golgi apparatus or to any other cell organelle somewhere in the cytoplasm. So all this, the intracellular transport that is being initiated where? That is being initiated at the site of endoplasmic reticulum. So it helps in the intracellular transport of the molecules. Okay, so see from here, this is endoplasmic reticulum, this is Golgi apparatus, and this is the entire cell. It synthesizes proteins and lipids and transports them. Now, students, let me tell you in detail that what exactly is the function of rough endoplasmic reticulum. Now, have you seen a necklace with the beads? Okay, if I give you a necklace with beads in it, okay, so now I have certain beads and I am putting them into a string. Okay, if I give you this necklace, which has both the ends open, will you be able to wear it? Will you be able to wear it? If I give you one necklace which has beads in it and the both ends of the string are open, will you be able to wear it? No. Why? What needs to be done? What needs to be done? Yes, what needs to be done? You need to make a knot. You need to make a knot. You need to, we have to tie it. Yes, we have to tie it. We have to make a knot. We have to give it some certain shape. Okay. So now students, what exactly is happening? Please understand this very, very important point. You will not find it in any book, which I am going to tell you now. Okay. See, these are ribosomes. Okay. The main function of ribosomes, or the only function of ribosomes, is to manufacture proteins. Okay. So ribosomes are making proteins. They are making it. Okay. So now if you see the structure of a protein, protein is basically made by the ribosomes in this form. Okay. These beads are the individual units of proteins. See, just like we join some smaller units to make a larger unit, in a similar manner here we join amino acids. Amino acids. So this is amino acid 1, amino acid 2, amino acid 3, likewise this. Okay. Once these amino acids, they are put together, then they form a protein. Okay. So this is a protein which is being manufactured by the ribosomes. But these proteins, they are yet not functional. Why? Because just like the necklace, it needs to be folded, it needs to be modified. Okay. So see, this linear chain is being manufactured by the ribosomes here. This linear chain of amino acids is being manufactured by the ribosomes here. But now this folding of the proteins, this modification will take place here. This modification will take place inside the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. This modification will take place inside the endoplasmic reticulum, particularly which? Rough endoplasmic reticulum. Clear? So if you see the NCRT, then in NCRT, the function of rough endoplasmic reticulum is that it is involved in protein synthesis and transport. Okay. So why does NCRT say this? Always remember that proteins are never synthesized by the endoplasmic reticulum. Proteins are always synthesized by the ribosomes. Okay. But to make this protein functional, to make this protein active, it needs to be modified, it needs to be folded. And that is what is being done by the endoplasmic reticulum, particularly rough endoplasmic reticulum. Clear? Is it clear to everyone? Or do you people have any doubts? This was a very, very important concept. Okay. Rest everyone else? Okay, Samagna. Okay, Aditi. Kevin, Shubhranshu, Kamalan. Is it clear? Students, this is very, very important. Okay. I need answers from everyone. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now, next, lipids. Lipids. See, this rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. So now modification of proteins is being done by rough endoplasmic reticulum. However, this smooth endoplasmic reticulum is not involved with anything related to protein. This smooth endoplasmic reticulum has a separate function altogether. It works as lipid synthesizing machinery. That means it is making lipids for the cell. Okay. Now, proteins and lipids, they are synthesized by endoplasmic reticulum. Now, one more thing. See, if you recall the structure of plasma membrane, what was plasma membrane made up of? What was plasma membrane made up of? The name of two important molecules of which plasma membrane was made up of. Everyone, write your answers in the chat box. The plasma membrane is made up of? Everyone, Shubhranshu, Kevin, Hannah, Kamalan, Samagna is already writing, Aditi. The plasma membrane is made up of? Very good, Samagna. Everyone else? Aditi? Okay, Kevin, Hannah, Kamalan. Very good. Yes. Lipids and proteins. Yes. Okay. Now see, proteins. They are being made functional. Okay, they are being made functional. They're involved in synthesis. So by synthesis, we mean that ribosomes are making them, but they are made functional by the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So proteins, they are being made functional or they are being synthesized by the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, and lipids, they are manufactured by smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And these two components, proteins and lipids, once they are synthesized, they will go and they will make up the plasma membrane. So, students, can I not say this that the endoplasmic reticulum is involved in the membrane biogenesis? That means the endoplasmic reticulum is involved in the building up of the plasma membrane, because the two important molecules, lipids and proteins, where are they being manufactured? They are being manufactured at the endoplasmic reticulum. Clear? Everyone, what is membrane biogenesis? 2 marker question for sure. Membrane biogenesis. Explain membrane biogenesis. Everyone, is it clear, students? To Aditi, it's clear. To everyone else, Kevin, Hannah, okay. Kamalan, okay. Samagna. Shubhranshu, where are you? You are not responding in today's class. Shubhranshu, what I just told, can you please repeat? Unmute yourself and repeat what I have just told. It's okay, Shubhranshu. You had joined at this concept. Yes, Hannah, sure. See, what I just told you that, so once again, I am repeating it and then I will ask individual, all of you to unmute yourself and tell me what is membrane biogenesis, okay? Now see this. This is endoplasmic reticulum, okay? Endoplasmic reticulum has two parts, smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum has ribosomes present on its surface. So now those ribosomes will be making the proteins in this linear form. However, this linear form is not functional. It needs to be modified, just like the necklace needs to be folded. Okay. So in this modification, this folding of proteins is done by the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So overall, we can say that the rough endoplasmic reticulum is involved in protein synthesis. Okay, overall. However, the exact function of rough endoplasmic reticulum will never be synthesis of protein, because that is the function of ribosomes. The exact function of endoplasmic reticulum, particularly rough endoplasmic reticulum, will always be the modification of folding of proteins. Okay. Next, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It does not have ribosomes present on its surface. This smooth endoplasmic reticulum has a total function altogether. It has nothing related with proteins. It is involved in lipid synthesis. Okay. Now, these two important molecules, lipids and proteins, where are they being manufactured at? They are being manufactured at endoplasmic reticulum. And we know that the plasma membrane of a cell, okay, so this is the plasma membrane of the cell. This plasma membrane is made up of lipids and proteins. So can we not say this, that the endoplasmic reticulum is involved in the functioning, or in the, sorry, not in functioning, is involved in the manufacturing of plasma membrane, because the two important molecules, lipids and proteins, which are making up the plasma membrane, they are being synthesized or manufactured at endoplasmic reticulum. This is called as membrane biogenesis. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Kamalan. Hannah, is it clear to you? Okay. So Now, who is going to explain me this? Shubhranshu, I want you to repeat this. Yes, Shubhranshu, unmute yourself and tell me. No like? No mic, okay. Okay. Hannah, now can you repeat this? Shubhranshu, I'm not understanding your question. Suppose this is lipid, this is protein. Okay. This is lipid molecule, this is protein molecule. The lipids and proteins, they are together forming the plasma membrane, okay? In association with each other, somewhat like this. They are forming up the entire plasma membrane. These two individual components, lipids and proteins, they are being synthesized where? They are being synthesized in the endoplasmic reticulum. Lipids are being synthesized by smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Plasma and proteins are being synthesized by rough endoplasmic reticulum. So that's why we say that endoplasmic reticulum is involved in the synthesis of plasma membrane. Why? Because it is making the components of the plasma membrane from which the assembly will take place and plasma membrane will get formed. Okay, Shubhranshu? This is called as membrane biogenesis. Biogenesis, that means natural formation of plasma membrane. So, yes, to make new cell membranes. Yes. So, see, in the cell membranes, there is repeated. Okay, there can be repeated replacements of lipids. There can be repeated replacements of proteins. So that new molecules, they are being synthesized by the endoplasmic reticulum. Clear? Okay, to Shubhranshu, it's clear. Rest everyone. This is very, very important concept. Membrane biogenesis. And that is why I'm taking so much time to explain you this. Because students most often lack in this particular part. They do not get passed through this concept. They through their entire course of study, they're always struggling with what is membrane biogenesis. Okay, to Kevin, it's clear, Aditi. Okay, Kevin, can you please unmute yourself and repeat what I just said? Okay, Kamalan. Kevin, unmute yourself and answer what I just said. Repeat what I just said. Okay. Oh, so wait, we will don't need to type it. We will take it later on. Okay. Now let's see some other functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Now these lipids and proteins, so definitely they are being used in the structural part of the plasma membrane. But some lipids and proteins, they are also used as enzymes and hormones by the cells. Then endoplasmic reticulum, it transports proteins. So we just discussed this, that whatever intracellular transport of proteins needs to be done, that will be done by the endoplasmic reticulum or initiated by it. Next, very, very important part, again, a one marker question. See, rough endoplasmic reticulum is involved in the modification of proteins. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is synthesizing lipids. But this smooth endoplasmic reticulum has several other functions. Like what? So particularly, everyone please write this with me, that the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, okay, in liver cells. In liver cells, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum will be involved in detoxification of drugs. Okay, so now let's see if this was a liver cell. If this is a liver cell, then the smooth endoplasmic reticulum present in it will be detoxifying the drugs which a person is consuming. Okay. Now, next function of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. If you see a muscle cell, now consider this as a muscle cell. If this is a muscle cell, then what would be the function of smooth endoplasmic reticulum here, particularly in muscle cells? The smooth endoplasmic reticulum, I'm not talking about rough, I'm talking about smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It is store, it is storing the smooth endoplasmic reticulum stores calcium ions. And these calcium ions, they are or they play a role in muscle contraction. Okay, so the calcium ions, they play an important role in muscle contraction. So smooth endoplasmic reticulum, apart from synthesizing lipids, it has several other important functions also. For example, in liver cells, it is involved in detoxification of drugs, and in muscle cells, it is also storing calcium ions, which help in the contraction of the muscles. Is it clear? Okay, Shubhranshu. Calcium ion, ION, calcium ion, ION. Okay. Everyone, quickly give me a thumbs up if it's clear. Quickly give me a thumbs up. Okay. Kevin, Kamalan, is it okay? I think Kamalan has already given me a thumbs up before. Okay. So now, see, this is the liver cell. This is actually the whole liver. So we are just inside this, multiple cells would be present. So if we see one of the cells of the liver and in this smooth endoplasmic reticulum is present, that is involved in detoxification of the drugs. Now solve this question, everyone. Hannah, who said Shubhranshu? Why a question mark? You should answer with confidence, okay? Whatever your answer is, never put a question mark like this. Okay. So yes, the correct answer is option number B, transporting materials within the cell. Well done, everyone. Well done. Well done, Kamalan. Well done. Next question. Okay. None of you said option number D. Why? Is option number D correct or not? A and D. Kamalan just modified his answer. Okay. Everyone, see. If you have to mark only one option correct out of this, then it would be definitely option number A. Why? Because we need to understand why this name rough and smooth was given. Rough name was given because ribosomes were present on it, smooth because ribosomes were absent on it. But if more than two options can be marked, okay, sometimes you get answers where you have more than one options correct, then you can mark both A and D as well. Okay, so for now, option number A is the correct answer. Next question. Okay. Okay. So yes, well done. The correct answer is option number B, lipid synthesis and detoxification. Well done, everyone. Now we will discuss the function of Golgi apparatus in next class. Now to conclude, I want everyone to write down the membrane biogenesis, detoxification. Yes, Kevin. So what happens basically when we are taking any drug can be in a severe form also, or drugs basically you can say they are some substances which are harmful for your body. They can be either the medicines which you consume, okay? Now these medicines or these drugs, okay, they have to be removed out of the body, okay? They have to be eliminated out of the body. So they are being broken down into constituents by the liver, okay? Now, once they are being broken down, some part of it which is harmful will be eliminated by the body, okay? And some part of it, some component of it, which can be utilized in the normal metabolism, that will be diverted to the normal cells, okay? So basically, you can say that detoxification simply means that whatever harmful substances we are taking, that needs to be eliminated out of the body, and the liver is basically ensuring that it gets degraded, that drug gets degraded into simpler molecules, and it eventually gets eliminated out of the body. Clear? Clear, Kevin? Okay. So now students, write everyone what is membrane biogenesis in the chat box. Everyone, please everyone quickly. I want everyone's answer. Meanwhile, students, I'm giving you the platform homework. So you'll go to the practice session, custom, science. Okay. You can go to fundamental unit of life, view topics. So we are going to talk organelles, different cell types and their function. Okay, cell wall, cytoplasm, nucleus, generation, vacuoles, plastids. Okay, so we can solve. Okay, identify different organelles present in a cell. You are going to solve questions from this topic. Okay, that would be your homework for today's class. Now, can I know your proficiency in understand plasma membrane in detail? Everyone's proficiency. Okay, Kevin, we will connect with you. I'll ask the customer care team to contact with you regarding this matter. Okay. No, Shubhranshu. Hannah. No, you have just exactly copy pasted what Shubhranshu had written. No, no, everyone. Shubhranshu has just exited the chat. No. You are missing the basic essence. You need to write this. Shubhranshu, the answer is wrong. Hannah. Very good, Kamalan. Very good. Yes, now you have got the essence correct. Proteins and lipids, they are synthesized in endoplasmic reticulum, which helps in the making of cell membrane. So to add on to this, please also write that the proteins, they are being synthesized, they are being modified at rough endoplasmic reticulum, and lipids are being synthesized at smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, very good. Kamalan. Okay, Aditi, your attempt is very nice. Instead of writing, since smooth endoplasmic reticulum has the lipids, write it like this. Since smooth endoplasmic reticulum manufactures or synthesizes lipids, and rough endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes proteins. So we can say that it's involved in the making up of the new cell membrane, because the plasma membrane or cell membrane is made up of lipids and proteins. Okay. Very good. Okay, Shubhranshu and Hannah, correct your answer. Hannah, you have just copy pasted what Shubhranshu wrote. Okay. So Magna, are you writing? So all those who have answered, they can leave the meeting. Okay. We are done with the class. All those who have answered, you can leave the meeting. No, it's okay, Hannah. Now correct your answer. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes, Kamalan.
ma'am, I can't open my Q&A platform.
Sorry.
I can't open my Q&A platform.
Okay, Kamalan, I'll ask the customer care team to contact with you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so Magna, your answer? Okay, Aditi. Kamalan, you can also leave. You have already answered. Okay. Just getting to see the answer of Smagna. Okay. So Magna, see, yes, it is the process of making, but you do not need to write it like this. This is very short. See the answer of Aditi or Kamalan. Okay, they are accurate and write that answer. Okay. So with this, students, thank you for attending today's class, and I wish to see you in next class. And till then, keep solving questions on the platform, keep practicing, stay hydrated, and keep learning. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.